Hey everybody, welcome back. Apple Informant here. Thanks for checking on another video here. Today we're actually going to check out the iPad 2 versus the iPad 3. I had a couple of people request this video, so I thought I'd bring in my old iPad 2 here and take a quick look. It's actually been a couple days since I pulled it out because I've been playing with the new one, but this is the iPad 2 and this is my new iPad 3. So we're going to check it out. Of course, really quick, I'll go ahead and show you just, you put them up next to each other. Hopefully you can see that there in the video. The difference in the thickness is imperceptible. Apple did a really good job on that. You can't even tell if you've got them in person. I can't tell the difference between the two. So they did a good job. So I don't expect if you get the new one for it to really be any thicker. I can't tell the difference. All right, let's go and fire them up here. I did do some looking between the two. What you'll notice is, and you've probably, if you've been looking around or listening around online, hear people complaining about the new screens being a little bit yellow. In fact, my new iPad, the iPad 3 here, has actually a little bit of a red tinge to it, or it's shifted towards the red spectrum a little bit, whereas my iPad 2 is a little bit wider, a little bit cooler screen, looks a little bit more clean. This looks a little more dingy, a little bit more dim. But I mean, that's if you have them right next to each other. Of course, if this one's on its own, you don't notice it as much, and of course, over time you get used to it. Some people have it so bad though that they will take it back, and of course if you think yours is really bad, you probably should take it back and let them exchange it out. Make sure you're happy with what you purchased. But just a quick perception of most of them, they're pretty equal in speed. Actually, I was doing some tests just starting up some programs at the same time. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this. Oops, let's try that again. So they start about the same time on most of the apps. I think the main difference is graphics, so of course trying to you see if I can go ahead and put this one in satellite. This mainly seeing if there was a graphical program we were looking at. You'd see some differences, but mostly they're the same. There's not really just a ton of difference in their ability to run different apps. You can see actually sometimes you'll see the iPad 2 beat out the iPad 3. Just a consequence of not hitting the button at the exact same time. They're pretty much exactly the same. So I don't go buying one thing and this is just going to blow the iPad 2 away, which is why I've said in my previous video that if you've got an iPad 2 and you're pretty happy with it, it's probably not worth upgrading to iPad 3 or the new iPad. I would wait for the 4th generation iPad, the next one, when they release some other goodies that maybe they don't quite have on this one. This, to me, the biggest difference, and I don't know if the camera's picking up, as I can see here, this one has more of a red tinge. This is more blue and more kind of what you would expect to see, or at least what your eyes are probably used to. So it's not that the new screens are bad. They're Samsung IPS screens. They're certainly sharper. It's not as much of a difference as you'd think. This is certainly up close, extremely sharp. This one not as close, but again, the difference is not as big as they would like you to think it is. So if you're thinking about upgrading and you've got an iPad 2 and you're pretty happy with it, I'd probably stick with it and wait for the next generation. But either you're hardcore, go ahead and buy the new one, or if you've got an iPad 1, I would definitely upgrade to the 3rd one just for the speed and the screen, because the screen is very good. So anyways, that's our quick comparison here of the iPad 2 versus the iPad 3. Go ahead and rate, subscribe, or comment, and check back for the next videos. We've got a couple more coming, and of course more reviews coming soon. So thanks again, and talk to you later.